Hey y'all, how's it going? Sorry that content's been a little dry, but I've had a thought on my mind, and I want to share it with y'all. There's a reason why I like older games. Not only the games I played as a kid, but the games that came out around when I was a kid. Like me and my friend are going through Halo Combat Evolved, and it's fantastic. I love the gunplay, I love the enemies, I love the world, I love the enemy AI. It's fantastic. But modern games don't really have that. They don't have that luster that they at least claim to do. So I thought to myself, why do modern games suck so much? And I figured out. I'm going to use Fallout as an example. This is kind of like a pseudo Fallout channel, but whatever. In Fallout New Vegas, when you start your character, you have a very limited range of what you can do in reason. You're told to go and learn how to shoot, and then there's optional tutorials on different resources that you can find in the wasteland. And then after that, you're taught about the speech mechanics, how you can have different skills, and that can get different outcomes when talking with NPCs. And then you make a choice, a very impactful choice. You can either side with Good Springs or the Powder Gamers. And this not only has consequences within the immediate here and now, but also throughout the rest of the game, because Good Springs will now be hostile towards you. And this is great because it gives the player a consequence to their actions. And the consequences last for the entirety of that playthrough. But then you go into a game like Fallout 4. And in Fallout 4, it's really, really hard to get any of the factions to really be angry with you. You have to go, explicitly out of your way. And I know it's a little weird to say that you have to go out of your way to piss them off when you have to go out of your way in order to go and pick a faction to side with and Fallout New Vegas and what to do with them. But in the difference being is that Fallout 4, all of the factions are open to you literally up until the last moment. Whereas in Fallout New Vegas, the factions can be closed to you whenever you do something that against those factions. If I go to Conrad Cove and shoot it up after I've gotten the platinum chip, it doesn't matter what I say or do in terms of the eyes of the Legion, I'm still marked for death, and they will kill me on sight. Same with the NCR. But that doesn't happen with the Brotherhood of Steel or the Railroad or the Institute or the Minutemen. And the more I think about this, the more I realize why modern games suck so much, because they are paralyzed with forcing the player to think about the consequences of their actions. In their minds, they think that limiting the player's ability to engage with the game by imposing restrictions and consequences for their actions means somehow that's a bad thing. When in reality, it's not. Limitations are what makes games interesting and fun. Take Pokemon, for instance. Hard and fast rule in Pokemon. You can only have 6 Pokemon on your team. No exceptions, no rules, no special request chits, nothing. You can only have 6 Pokemon on your team. You can have less than 6 Pokemon on your team, but you have to have a maximum of 6. And the fun of Pokemon is the ability to craft your own team. Not only win with your favorites, but to also craft gimmick teams and strategies to beat specific challenges. That's what makes it fun. But when you open this massive toy chest and you expect people to engage with everything, then they're just going to go to what's familiar with them. That's why Skyrim is the way it is. You have this big open world and all these ways to engage with it, but people always go and roll the same stealth archer character. And I think it's a tragedy, because games as a medium, as an incredibly interactive medium, are some of the best ways to really tell a story or to convey an idea. And because, as opposed to a movie or a book, where you imagine or you see yourself in the main character's position, in a video game, you are the main character, and your actions or your playthrough will be your playthrough forever. No one will ever exactly have the same inputs and mannerisms as you. So by default, it is the most immersive story experience that can ever be conceived. But it's terrible that with that role of being the protagonist of the story, your actions no longer have any consequences. And when your actions no longer have any consequences, then what's really the point of doing anything? You're not really incentivized to engage with the story or take it seriously. You're not really incentivized to use the mechanics in a way that would be satisfying with the game or with yourself. You're just incentivized to cheese your way through it. And I think that's really sad because so many modern games these days feel the need to give the player limitless options that in reality just make it near unplayable. I can't play any modern games because I just like they give me this whole charcuterie board of shit, and I only know what's familiar for me. That's shooters, and so I always go to the same character, and it's a shame. Anyways, yeah, I just want to show you all of this, and yeah, I'm a little busy right now with personal stuff, but more videos should be coming out soon once I get through some certain things. I hope you all have a good rest of your evening and happy Easter.